Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to work on being more boisterous and loud and energetic this stream. Just kidding. I'll never be loud, but I should probably stop whispering all the time. What do you guys think? So you can hear me over my chair squeaks. How's everybody doing? We're progressing pretty well in Ball Pit here. Olipop. If you're looking for someone to sponsor, holler at your boy. We're gonna blow up any minute. Don't you worry about viewers yet. Is this the right one? I'm actually not sure. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, that looks right. I have been playing a little bit off stream, but I haven't been going ahead, so I just kind of will do I'll just repeat the same runs that I've already done as to not do anything new off stream, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we've been leveling up quite a bit. Quite a bit of stuff. Got a couple more characters to get. What do we have new here? Oh. Granite slab, okay. Sure. Let's try it. We ain't ever had one of those before. All right, cool. Let's get into it here. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty well. I got into a little bit of a verbal disagreement with someone outside of my house today. Which, doesn't feel great, but I just get really annoyed when people park illegally in front of my house. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just let it slide. Water off a duck's back. Be like Bruce Lee. Be like water, my friend. But it just annoys me. I don't like it when people park illegally in front of my house. And I live right next to a park where there's kids, there's dogs everywhere running around. And what people will do is they'll just cross the lane and park the opposite way, so that in order to get out of the space, they'll have to cross again. And it's just confusing. And I won't sit here and rant for too long about this, but it's a safety issue. Like if a kid or a dog runs out from behind a car and someone's not paying attention because this guy's crossing the lane illegally to, park or unpark, it just adds confusion. And so I was turning around to park legally in front of my house, and someone just swooped in, parked illegally, in the space there was still room for me, but So we ended up parking nose to nose on the right, in the right lane. And I was like, you're parked illegally. And I said it like that. I wasn't like super shitty about it, but I just informed him and his friend. And they're like, actually, I don't think it's illegal. And I was like, no, it definitely is illegal. And they're like, oh, well, people do it all the time in Portland. And I was like, yeah, you're right. They do. And it's pretty unfortunate. And, that was like pretty much it. And they were super annoyed by me saying that. And I was super annoyed at their annoying response. And, in the end, was it worth it? I don't know. The world is a pond, and our words and our actions create ripples in that pond. And did I just create a negative ripple in the pond? I feel like I did, but man, it's just annoying. Like, just have integrity. Have a little bit of integrity, If there weren't so many kids and dogs running around and people speeding down the road anyways, like, maybe I wouldn't care that much, But I feel like those dudes, if they were on Cart Narcs, I feel like those dudes don't return their grocery cart to the designated area. I'll tell you that much. I'm kind of becoming the Cart Narc of my neighborhood. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's probably not great. Anyways. The goal isn't to go around and piss people off, but, and who am I? I'm not the police. I'm not a parking enforcer, but I do care about my neighborhood and the safety of the kids and the dogs at the park. Like, that kind of stuff does really piss me off when people speed by. I mean, God, I'm just turning into an old man, I think. When I was younger, I used to be the one speeding by, probably totally oblivious. Now that I'm a little older and like I want to start a family, I'm like, dude, slow down. Like, what are you doing? Imagine hitting a kid or a dog. Like, why? Because you're late, or you're going to your shitty job, or you're just completely oblivious. Like, wake up, man. It's beautiful outside. Slow down and look at the cherry blossoms. Dogwoods are blooming. The hell are you in such a hurry? You can't even park correctly, Anyways, that's it. That's all. I'll stop. Just ranting to myself in an empty room here. Let's try this one. It reminds me, so I write comedy, in my spare time. I'll go have I go to a lot of stand-up. I go to a lot of open mics. I've never actually performed, maybe this is sort of a segue, a path to doing that. But I've been kind of working on this bit. It's like, so I was driving down like one of my favorite roads. It's, it's a 20 mile per hour road, and I like to take my time on it. It's pretty, I don't speed on that road. Like, I go 20, or maybe I'll go like 25 sometimes, but usually I stick to the speed limit. And this lady was driving behind me, and she's just right on my ass. Like, she's clearly annoyed that I'm driving the speed limit, right? And so we passed by a 20-mile-per-hour sign, and I, in my rear view mirror, I'm like looking at her, and I point at the sign, and I look at her in my mirror, and I do one of these. I like shake my head, and then I like shake my finger a little. I point to the sign and shake my finger a little bit, and oh man, that just like sets her off. Nice. That just sets her off. And she looks at me, and I'm looking. This all happens between her and I in my side mirror. She looks at me and she goes, "You tiny dick." I mean, this lady was probably like, mid 40s, and she's just so upset. And let's see if we can get a little light ball here. Nope. Okay. And so the bit goes like, so I look at her and I'm like, oh yeah, like I got a tiny dick. Well, you, and I look at her in my mirror, and I go, you have a giant, and I do this with my hands, giant pussy, lady. You big old pussy, stinky too. This is all happening in my mirror. Like, you got a big, giant, stinky pussy, lady. And we drive by a big house, and I'm like, see that house right there? Big, that, your pussy's bigger than that house. And in the bit, I'm like playing it off like it's happening in real time, but in reality, like I didn't say anything back to her. I just pretended like I didn't see her tell me that I had a tiny dick. That's what happened in real life. Until she finally got so annoyed that she just turned and took another road. But I think there's something there. Just having it out with this lady in my side mirror, telling me I have a tiny dick. I mean, that part actually did happen, where she told me I had a tiny dick. Sure, I'll do this one. Kind of tired of laser, but yeah, I like to write a lot. I'm much less of a performer than I am a writer. I do enjoy writing. But I don't know, maybe this will sort of turn into me building that muscle and actually performing it. Like, I go to this open mic by my house, and some people there are super funny. Some people definitely aren't. So, what's the worst that could happen? I think I'd be at least funnier than like the least funny person there. But it's all about just comfortability and like confidence, I'm pretty sure. And I've talked to a lot of the guys there, and they're like, dude, just do it. Who cares? And I don't really care. It's like, I don't want to embarrass myself, but what's the worst that could happen, honestly? Nobody laughs and I go sit down. It's like, okay. I'm a big fan of stand-up comedy, though. I have been for a long time. I find it to be a underappreciated art, Maybe it's overappreciated. I don't know. I feel like the good ones are underappreciated, maybe. The ones that I think are good. Yeah, I'll share some of my stuff on here. You guys should let me know what you think. Any of it's got some heat at all. You know, it's like I think the ideas are funny. It's sort of fleshing them out, and we don't even need this, I feel like. And you know, the performing aspect of them is what really makes them either land or not. You know, the way I just explained the lady who told me I had a tiny dick is probably not the best, but I do think there's something there. Hi. Poppy's in the doghouse today. She was not being a very good girl on our walk. Not right. But we had to cut our walk short today, huh? She got in trouble. Just pulling me so much, and then I call her to me to get her to like relax, and she's just giving me so much attitude. Like, I didn't think dogs could give as much attitude. Wow, what just happened? Where did the end boss go? Did it just melt and I didn't even see that? But yeah, she was just giving me so much attitude. And so we had to cut our walk short. She was bummed. I was bummed. I love our daily walks, especially right now when everything is in bloom. Lightning Rod and Burn kind of did a lot. Baby Balls did a lot. Yeah, I love this game though, but I'm probably going to start playing another game as well. Maybe something a little more popular in the moment. I think this game will get us maybe a little bit of traction on YouTube, and it's good practice, you know, as I'm kind of starting this channel. But yeah, as we get a little more comfortable, as I get a little more comfortable, I'll probably start playing something with some more viewership. Damn, I've got all these to do. Sweet, let's just fire away here. I think I need to move some stuff around. Damn, this thing's huge. Cool. We're about to get 3 new characters. This can go away for now. Move this in. This can go away. And then what was the other one? This one. Where do we start from here? Alright, so let's move this out of the way. We don't need you, buddy. Don't need that either. Man, this shit is a mess right now. We gotta clean this up at some point. Should we get this out of here? What is this? All right. So we'll have things bounce around here and just collect everything. That's fine. And then over here, everything's kind of locked in. Cool. Let's send it. Does it matter? A little bit. It's pretty much what we didn't want to happen, actually. Wow. Wow. We basically missed everything. Okay. You know, we basically missed everything. It's fine, but certainly could have been a lot better. Realistically, we can kind of just get this guy out of here. We do want everything to be blocked in, though. And that was pretty impressive how we missed everything. Let's just put this back so we're still collecting double. I mean, we did get a lot of resources, that's fine, but man. We did not crush it there. All right, things can get trapped up here. We don't really want that. And again, we'll probably move some stuff around. I mean, this could go back, I suppose. Because we will upgrade that. We can upgrade this, but I don't really care. Or this one, I mean. What does that give us? More pre-rolls? Re-rolls? Alright. Okay. Let's do this guy. Maybe we'll try him on the new one. Sure, why not? I like this guy because we have a good chance of getting the sun ball, which, man, is it just me or does the sun ball just absolutely cook? I mean, we did almost 800,000 damage on one run with the sun ball, which I think that's by far the most I've done in one run. Look at that. Level 3 already with our burn ball. That's nice. That's a nice perk for sure. Come on, give us light. Alright, baby balls or ghosts? I'm thinking a sun baby ball build. If we can get the light. But yeah, anyways, I'm, getting into that little verbal disagreement with those fellas. And the lady road raging behind me, telling me I had a small dick. Not ideal. I don't want to be confrontational. That's like the opposite of who I want to be, and the energy I want to put out into the world. So I don't know. I'll have to get better. I mean, I don't road rage anymore. It just doesn't do anybody any good, I had a moment where I used to get really angry driving, and then I did something that almost got, it almost got me into an accident. And I had my girlfriend at the time in the car, and Poppy, who, obviously wasn't like in a seatbelt or anything. So if that person would have actually hit us, it could have been really devastating. And I had kind of a moment where it's like, yeah, I can't be, if this person's playing in the mud over here, I can't let them drag me down into the mud and potentially hurt, the two things that mattered most to me at the time. And Poppy, Poppy is the thing that matters the most to me at this point in my life. So yeah, it was a good lesson to learn. But yeah, it's like, I don't want to put that energy out into the world. But where do you draw the line? It's like, it is really annoying when people just, have no sense of consideration for anybody else. Right in front of this park again, with all the dogs and kids everywhere. It's a little frustrating. Where do you draw the line? Let me know what you guys think. My goal with this channel is to spread wellness and just just spread good, put good vibes out there. Oh man, I really like this ball, but I haven't had these balls yet on this run. Ooh. That one too. Let's do that. That one's fun. Yeah, don't let yourself get drug in the mud. That's a good. It's kind of a good motto, especially with driving, man. It's just so dangerous. People can really get hurt, Still waiting for a light ball. I forget that this level can get out of hand pretty quick. But yeah, just want to spread light and love, Not to sound too woo-woo or cliche, but that really kind of is how it is. If everybody was on the same page doing that, it would be a better place to live. But it is hard sometimes. Just so many people park that way outside of my house. Like, why did I choose those guys to make a comment to, I don't know. It was just the perfect opportunity because we were nose to nose. Are they going to be like, you know what, he was right, I'm going to change my ways? Like, there's no way. They probably just thought, this guy's a fucking asshole. I'm going to park in front of his house the opposite way now all the time because he's an asshole. Like, that's probably the reality of it. Even though I don't think what I said was like that rude, it's just literally informing them that that was illegal. Curious how other people handle stuff like that. Yeah, that happened. It happened like last summer too, where there's this one dude who would always drive around in front of my house. He would always be like picking up his like partner and their kid from the park, but he would rev his engine super loud and drive super fast. I think we're gonna die here. Right in front of the park, in front of my house. And one time I was out there with Poppy, and I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, that is so annoying. And his response was, just go back inside, man. And I'm like, well, I will, but like, I have to be out here. My dog's going to the bathroom. But I was like, go drive like that in front of your own house. Like, do you do that in your own neighborhood? Again, it's like there's kids around. Like, the engine startled me. I'm sure it's scaring the little kids. And also, like, don't drive like that in front of a park, man. Anyways, I digress. I think we need this ball because it's getting a little stacked here. I've never beaten this level, so this is the first time. I don't think I've even gotten this far in this level. I have not played this one off stream. Yeah, sure. I've kind of been waiting for the light ball, but I think it's getting a little late in the game. I don't think we can take much more damage here. Ouch. That's unfortunate. Damn, these guys have a lot of life. Ow. Ow. Are we gonna make it out of this? Maybe. Yeah, I'll stop talking about all the disagreements, the negativity, but it's kind of on my mind today since I just had that conversation with those dudes. But yeah, it brings me back to my main point and my main goal here with this channel, which is to spread positivity. Damn. Never mind, now I'm mad because I lost. Just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of, to circle back to my main point, like, the whole idea behind this, I don't think I've shared this yet, is I always wanted to start a men's support group. Because, the statistics are in, boys. Like, men are having a tough time right now. It is not looking good for us. And, you can Google that and look at the numbers and see for yourself, you know. But I know just from experience, like my own stuff, and you know, just talking to guys, it's tough out there. Like, men are having a hard time right now. And again, I know that because I've talked to people. And then, you know, I have my own experience. Damn it. Did we just blow that again? Kind of. And I have my own experience, you know, my own journey of healing and trying to figure things out, and, you know, hitting that rock bottom like I talked about in the previous stream. Nice. And pulling myself out of it. You know, it took years and a lot of psychedelics and years of therapy and meditation, and, you know, I finally got to a good place, but man, it was lonely and it was dark at times. So, you know, and like I said, I really credit a couple of streamers, and I'll talk about them individually maybe at some point. But I you know, I was just lonely, and all I had were these like 2 streamers that I really just kind of felt, I don't know, and I don't want to sound too cheesy here, but you know, it was just a place I would go to not feel alone. So, you know, the whole idea of starting a men's group sort of evolved into this idea of starting this. Let's run that back, because I really would like to get Sunball. But yeah, you know, I was a little hesitant, and again, I would talk to guys. We had this one guy back when I was engaged, living with my ex-fiance. This contractor was working on our house, man, and he was just going through it. You know, he would always tell me stories about all the shit he was going through, whether I wanted to hear them or not, you know, which is fine. That's always kind of been how people are with me. They come to me because, I don't know, I listen, I'm authentic, and I care. You know, I'm an empathetic person by nature. But yeah, you know, he needed a place like that, you know, whether it's physical or digital. That guy needed a place to, there we go, nice, to go and like feel support, you know, where he could talk about his shit, people would listen, you know, and that's it. That's really all you need. But, you know, I was hesitant to do it in person because it's tough, you know. I don't want to always be that. I would have to set some really strong boundaries, you know, in theory. So then this idea kind of came along. And it's like, it's digital, so I don't have to worry about hosting at a physical space, or, you know, people dropping by, you know, because I'm a pretty private person. Which is maybe shocking that I'm pursuing this, but you know, having people drop in unannounced would be like pretty tough for me, and I would be hard to say no, especially if they're like really going through it. So yeah, that's why this idea really had some heat for me. So, you know, I was really excited to start this, and you know, the idea is to create that safe place and that soft place to land for anybody. It doesn't have to be just men, you know, it's definitely for anybody, everybody. But I do know that men in particular are struggling right now, and again, that's based on my own anecdotes as well as, you know, statistics that you can pull up anywhere. The suicide rate for men right now is like just through the roof, and that's heartbreaking. You know, if I could help one person out with just creating this this space and this channel, then that would be worth it to me. And it's such a great excuse to play video games, so why not? You know, with that being said, I do want to be intentional with the space. That's the goal. So ranting about road raging and people parking illegally in front of my house is not really aligned with this channel. But I had to say it. I had to get it out, to put it out there. I'm curious how anybody else deals with that kind of stuff these days. Sunball. Let's go, baby. Yeah, sure. I think this is turning out to be a pretty strong build so far. Nice. Yeah, guys, I'm excited. I am excited about this channel. I really hope people start showing up. You know, I'm confident that they will. I've already had some chatters and some views on YouTube. Nothing extraordinary, but it's been more than 0. So, you know, that's exciting. The trick will be to get people to come and, you know, feel comfortable sharing and adding to the community and the conversation. But people are checking it out. It's something. You know, I'm brand new at this, so I certainly don't expect to be any good, especially out of the gate. But hopefully I'll get better at this in time and make it a place that people want to hang out at. Want to hang out in. I'm open to ideas too if you're in the chat on Twitch, or if you want to leave some comments on YouTube about, you know, what you want to see or what you think would draw people in. Like, you know, I'm totally open to feedback. I certainly have my own ideas, but feel free to drop a line if you have any ideas that you think would be constructive. Yeah, I built a pretty thick skin over the years. You know, I am a very sensitive person, but I used to take everything personally. I used to be very insecure. And thankfully, I've done enough work and gained confidence over the years through that work that I've done. You know, to really not, I don't need to be liked. I know I'm not going to be, I don't expect to be liked by everybody. You know, I do think certain people will really resonate with what we're doing here, but yeah, I don't expect for it to be for everybody. And I don't need it to be for everybody. You know, I'm not gonna blow up. I'm not a loud reaction streamer. I'm just, that's never gonna be me. And I'm perfectly okay with that. You know, I have been this far. I've seen this boss, but I don't think I got past this guy. Ouch, that burn hurts. Yeah, I don't expect to be for everybody. I don't need to be for everybody. But, you know, my intention is to just build a small community of people that, you know, need and want this sort of soft place to land, you know. And it's not going to be like all serious and all heavy. We're going to have fun and joke around and goof off, you know, tell jokes. We'll play some fun, you know, maybe, oops, I don't want to do that. Maybe more reactionary games and stuff, but yeah, you know, again, I'm not loud reaction streamer. You know, this is like chill space to hang out in. Cooking. Not seeing huge numbers, but there's a lot of them. I don't think I want to do that. Is that weird? I don't even know what this last boss is. Hey. Are you in a better mood now? Are you done being such a naughty doggy? I even made her fresh bone broth today. And she still had an attitude with me. I just got like panic that my mic hasn't been on this whole time. Hopefully it has been on. Can you guys hear me? It'd be crazy if I was just talking into a dead mic this entire time. But what, you know, what can you do? Maybe we haven't. Man, we're fighting fire with fire here. Alright. You guys can get out of here, I think. Jeez. It's taking so much damage. Let's get you guys all out of here. I just got a feeling of dread that my microphone's been off this whole time. Ooh, captain's quarter. Nice. $640,000. Sheesh. $450. Wow. That's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. Yeah, my mic's on good. Whew. Man, that would have been a little demoralizing. I'm sure it'll happen at some point, but let's not manifest that. Okay. Okay. Nice. Those seem kind of fun. All right, so we've got a new guy and a new trophy. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. We used this in the other playthrough and it came in real handy a couple times. Ooh, that seems huge. Let's get that going right now. Gain 1 baby ball damage from each character you've completed. Each faster. That seems fine. Yeah, this seems really good too. Man, we need to expand, I think. And we've got a new house. But we just have like no room. We don't have a lot of wood, but our economy's okay. Let's get this bank out of here. Go on, get you out of here. I mean, there's just nowhere to put it. The theater. Magnet factory. Can we improve that? We can't. Okay. But not right now. There's literally nowhere to put anything. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to do this like one of those, what are they called, those puzzles where you have to move it piece by piece. Like in Resident Evil 4, that annoying ass puzzle. Alright. Can we improve that still? No. Okay. That can go away then too. But there's nowhere to put it. That can go away. Dang, that thing's huge. Guys, I know it's not pretty right now. We'll fix it, okay? We just need to buy a little more space. Yeah, right? This This makes sense, sort of. So everything that can be built, except this, we can move that somewhere. We have a little bit more money, so maybe we could improve something. Yeah, there's really not a ton. Okay, we could do this. Oh, I was trying to highlight that. Okay. Alchemist. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. And that's pretty much it for our resources, which is fine. Cool, let's send it. Nice. Perfect. Oh, yes. That like couldn't have gone any better. Wow. Cool. The physicist. We're at B scaling speed now. Got level 3 endurance. We begin each battle with a passive. That's huge. And then we've got a new house. Cool. Great. I love it. This can go away. It's just these two things left. Yeah, this can like probably pretty much go away. Cool. Exciting. Can we improve any of this stuff? 1,000. Yeah, we don't have enough. Wonder what the upgrade looks like on that. Wait, what you barking at? Naughty doggy. Naughty doggy today, huh? You're a naughty girl today, weren't you? Just giving me so much attitude. I never knew a dog could have so much attitude. Like I call her, so she's really excited on her walk, right? And she's just pulling me. I have her on a 20-foot like extending leash, and she's just pulling on me. And so I'll stop, and you know she knows that when I stop, I want her to come back to me. So she'll come back, and then she'll only come back like halfway, or she'll start coming back towards me like she's coming back, and then she'll just turn around with like this attitude. It's hard to explain, but it's very obvious attitude. It's hilarious when it's not frustrating. I mean, it's pretty funny, honestly. All right, what's next? This guy? This guy? I haven't done anything with him. What does this guy do? Just your average flagellant. Balls bounce normally off the bottom of the screen. Oh, weird. So you don't catch them, they bounce off the screen? Whoa. This guy starts with light though, that's cool. Should we try him? Let's try him here. Cool. Wow, too bad they're all kind of shitty. Whoa. What is it doing? It bounces on the front of them? Weird. Tink, 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 tink. I don't know what to do with this. It just bounces on them until they hit the back. Cool. This seems useful here. Just more baby balls bouncing right on top of them. Yeah, okay. We're gonna do a sun and egg sack build, I think. There's no way we don't get a burn ball, right? Oh, it's a new one. Each time a ball hits a wall, it deals 30 extra damage in the next hit. Cool, let's try it. Sweet, that means the sides are just gonna open way wide. But maybe that's not a good thing. The noise those guys make. I'm tempted by that. Ooh, I can see a laser beam. We'll if we don't get a burn ball, we'll go laser beam instead. So that's got to be just probably pretty devastating with this build. Balls deal 150 decay each time they bounce. Nah, that just sounds so bad. So if we want to like avoid the gaps kind of, because it's much more useful when they're just bouncing. Yeah, I haven't been using the like double character at all. I don't know. It feels sort of like it's like cheating isn't the right word, but you know, I'm not trying to like speed through the game. Like I want to just take my time and you know get good at like every character individually. I don't know. Is that weird? Does that make sense? Do that for sure. I'm happy with that. That's got to be pretty good. I would imagine. Oh, now we get a burn ball. Oh yeah, how do we get him to bounce here though? That's not great. This is up against the wall. Wow. That was pretty nice. I thought we had that already. Begin each battle. Nice. I feel like this is gonna go nuts here. Damn, we got a lot of gems for that. mini boss. Yeah, I feel like that doesn't even work with this build. It's just gonna pass right through. Wow, laser beam there. Come on, man. I feel like this is a good level for this character in particular because all the enemies are just kind of like big and blocky and the balls can just bounce right on top of them. Yeah, I don't think we need health at all. A freeze burn? Sure. Excuse me. This character is pretty strong. I mean, it's an easy enough concept to figure out, whoa, right away. Unlike some of the other guys that take a little practice. We also just got a super strong build going here, though, I feel like. Ow. Hell no. I don't know why I like keeping my evolved balls like kind of clean. I don't like combining them. Is that kind of the opposite of what we're supposed to do? And this guy's slow as hell. This guy dies, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get out of here, mister. Nice. I don't think it really matters that much at this point. Yeah, I think not. I think we're not going to combine those at least yet. Maybe we'll try it if reveal if it's boring. We're almost toward at the end anyways. I have to say, this level has my like least favorite boss so far. This boss is just so easy. Yeah, we could combine this guy, though, with Itchy Finger. Get a Sunball immediately. Anytime we get stuck, that could be the move. Ouch. Okay, let's try something here. Should we do this finally? Let's try it. Seems like kind of a blasphemous fusion, but let's try it. Ooh, I stand corrected. Holy shit. That's, oh my god. Wow. I wish I would have done that earlier. Been doing it wrong the whole time. Wow, look at that. Well, I guess you live and you learn. I wish I would have done that from the start. That's like the best ball ever. Wow. I love it. That might even be more fun than the Sunball. Alright, this boss is not made for this dude, I feel like. Not that it's going to be like horrible, but he just moves so much. Dang, that was cool watching that ball bounce around. Wow. I'm such a goof. I should have known. I guess I'll quit trying to be so like clean with my combos. Because that one just seems, I mean, it's just so satisfying. So it's birthing laser beam balls on contact. Is that what's happening? Ouch. This level's so funny. It's like it's got like a Mad Max vibe to it. Kind of apocalyptic. Weird little demon creatures. Alright, you're toast, buddy. Ah, that was fun. That was a good one. Good build, good run. I can't wait to see how much damage one ball was doing. Wow, 120. I mean, that's not a ton, but on top of 320. Yeah, these two doing 700, that's not bad. 150 there. Ooh, 810 for baby balls? Wow. Oh, that was a good run. 750 in DPS there. That's quite a bit. And these numbers aren't staggering here, but they're not bad. Hi, baby. Can you guys see her? Hi. Are you in a better mood now? Time for a nap? You gonna take a nap? The way she turns her head. What a cutie. Not to toot my own horn, guys, but I do have the cutest dog in the world, even though she's got some real attitude sometimes. Don't you agree? All right, let's finish this off here. What do we do? Do we keep upgrading or do we make a little more room? Might be time to make a little more room, honestly. So my people are just crowded as hell. Let's do it. All right. So this guy grows boulders. We don't really need that near everybody. This is the guy that gains everybody experience. Oh man, that goes pretty wide. Nice. Get that out of here. We'll need to upgrade that again soon. Is that it for people's houses? That will need to get upgraded. Don't need that nearby. All right. Now my people aren't just stacked on top of each other. Got a little space. That'd be my worst nightmare for a living situation. Yeah, I like this. I like this too, but maybe we should save for that. And then we'll get that. But that did come in handy a couple times on my secret playthrough that I'm not supposed to talk about. Still building that. It's time for that to be built now. All right. Nice. Wow. The tactician. House for the tactician. Cool. So then he can go over here with our peeps. Dang, if only we had a little bit more money to upgrade that one. Or buy this one. Yeah, I think we gotta save for that because that just sounds too good to be true. Oh, look at Puppy. Oh, she was sound asleep. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you. Go back to sleep. All right, should we try a new guy? I do like this guy sometimes. Oh, turn-based. That sounds kind of boring to me, but we'll have to give it a try at some point. Let's do this, dude. No baby balls at all. Okay, we're gonna try this. The AoE guy. Oh, I hate all these. Do I skip this? Yeah, I don't like any of those. Okay, the trick is to catch the ball. Sure. Oh, wow. Let's try this one. guy hits so hard. Just gotta make sure you don't lose track of the ball. It's the only thing that can really go wrong is if it goes all the way back. I don't understand how it works if there's no baby balls. Can you not use a ball that, like, its main thing is baby balls? I should probably just try it out. Get out of here, you little dork. Sure. This guy's a brawler, so we'll go with bleed. Dang, he hits so hard if you find a little crevice. It's kind of satisfying. Ow. Definitely could have avoided that. Oh, nice. And I'm not even really having to do much here. Nice. Getting the ball stuck in the back with this guy is like pretty ideal. Oh, it's the weird worm eyeballs. Nice. God, I feel like we're getting a lot of weird stuff. Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer. What does that mean? Send characters to complete levels on their own? I don't understand that. It's kind of nice to like not use lasers sometimes, even though it's always good. It's just kind of nice to try different builds and not be quite so dependent on it, especially when one's going well like this. Did I speak a little too soon? Nice. Alright, last thing to upgrade here. It's just not quite as stimulating as when there's like 1,000 baby balls on the screen going nuts. Sure, fine. Why not? I don't use a lot of the like buddy passives. Kind of a weird build, I don't know. Doesn't really seem to have a clear direction, but it's going fine. I think this character is just maybe kind of weird. That was close. Now we're freezing guys and burning. What could go wrong? Oh, that was easy. Man, just fuse things, you know? You never know what could happen, like last game. New Spider Queen and Laser Beam are just gonna absolutely go nuts. So fun to watch. That's like my favorite ball right now. Some colorful balls going right now. Looks like a flag. Get out of here. Get out of here, you two. Alright, thank God we got our stone effigy all the way to 3. Ooh. That was kind of nice. Keep that going. I didn't even see this guy. He was camouflaged like a gem. more power. More DPS. Nice. Get back there, guys. Ouch. All right, here we go. Me and my stone effigies. Go stone effigy. Nice. AoE is satisfying. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. Ouch. Yeah, this guy has a lot of minions. Oh, forgot he did that. Or maybe I just beat him so fast last time he didn't do that. He just wiped out all his own dudes. That's not a way to prove loyalty in your army. Can't kill your own. Am I right, guys? Uh-oh. Forgot about all these dorks on the side over there. Nice. Meditation tent. Oh, wow. Increase the number of upgrade choices when leveling up to 4. Increase the number of upgrade choices. Okay. That sounds something that we need like right away. I'm sure. I can't really tell which one's like better. Ooh, 678? Wow. That's pretty huge. And then 500 down here, jeez. We're doing a lot of damage. I mean, I guess it's kind of got to make up for that. No baby balls, but... Stone effigy. Wah, wah. I mean, what does that guy even do? That didn't do any damage? I don't get it. Launched 71 times, 0 damage? Huh? I'm confused. Is that ball just ass? And what is this? 0? What the fuck are you talking about, 0? Like it didn't even exist? Like baby balls? What the fuck is going on? I'm so confused by that. mean, it did damage after we transformed it. What is that? Are these guys immune to cold or something? And stone? I'm so confused. I mean, it didn't matter in the end, but I want to know. All right. We got some good money back. That's kind of nice. We got some stuff to build. I don't really care about either of those too much. I definitely want this meditation tent. A, because that's just so on brand for me, and also the perk sounds pretty cool. So let's move some shit around. You can get out of here. I do want to upgrade this. But let's build this son of a gun real quick. Add a 4% chance to get an extra upgrade point when leveling up. Yeah, I mean, that's just pretty nice too. Okay, let's go with this for sure. It's probably going to take so long to build. I still don't really understand what that does. Choice of an extra ball is so dope. We gotta get that for sure. Okay. We're out of money again. And space. Yeah, we definitely got to do that too. Okay. So we have a little bit of money. Not enough for that. Anything else? Can anything else get upgraded? Monastery, that can go away. It's just so huge. We're done with this. Guys, the organization of my village here is basically indicative of the organization of my life. And I don't mean that to be like super mean to myself, but I'm just like not the most organized person, you know? It's just kind of how I am. Like, is my house clean right now? It's not. You know, is it a total disaster? No. But it could use a cleaning for sure. All right. I feel okay about this. Can guys sneak through that little hole right there? I don't think so. All right, should we build one more thing since we have the money? Could do that. An extra upgrade point? Like, what even is that? Only 3 more houses. Wow. All right, what if I put these little things? No, because they'll never get harvested. And then they're just going to be annoying to have to move around. We'll do that when we have some more space. Going to create a little more surface area for this stuff to get bounced on. Doesn't look pretty, but it is tactical for the moment. Although, are we going to lose them now? I'm like overthinking it, doing too much right now, but oh well. Who cares? Alright, let's fire away here. Oh no. No, it's fine. Or is it? It's like, did we just lose everybody? We did. Whoops. Oh man. Oh well. That could have gone much better after all that. Oh well. We go again. I'm so curious. If ice just doesn't work on this level. Let's find out. Oh, I mean, it totally works. It's so weird that it wasn't doing anything the last game. Wonder why. Freeze laser. Nice. This guy's fire rate seems to be pretty rapid. I don't really know which direction we're going with this build, but it's not really seeming to matter too much. We're not really doing AoE. I think this is going pretty well. Yeah, let's get a little ninja star going. I don't feel like it's the most satisfying out of the balls, but it does do decent damage. And it is a cool ass ninja star. I remember being a little kid and thinking things like ninja stars were pretty sweet. When I was little, I took Kung Fu. Not karate, Kung Fu. And I don't know what the difference is at this stage, at this point. I don't really want that. But yeah, it was a Kung Fu school. It was actually, I'm sure most of you won't know who this is, but there's an actor named Mark Dacascos, and he was in the TV show The Crow, and he was also in the Double Dragon movie that they made, which let me tell you, when I was a little kid, that was pretty rad. It was one of my favorite NES games was Double Dragon 2. Me and my cousins would play that at my grandma's house like every time we went there. The movie though, not the best movie ever. But his dad was the start of that school, that Kung Fu school. Mark Dacascos' dad. I remember when he made his first movie, which was basically like a ripoff of Dangerous Minds, starring Michelle Pfeiffer, and the hit song by Coolio, Gangster's Paradise. It was that era. It was basically that same movie, only starring Kung Fu sensation Mark Dacascos. Yeah, they did. We had like a movie premiere at, I'm pretty sure it was his dad's house. It was someone involved in the Kung Fu school. I mean, I was like 7 years old when all of this was happening, so I vaguely remember it, but yeah, that was pretty cool. Movie premiere at, we called him Sifu, was the leader, the teacher of the school, our sensei, if you will. We called him Sifu. My cousins used to make fun of me for saying the word Sifu. But that ninja star reminded me of that Kung Fu school because we had a whole wall full of weapons at that school, like nunchucks, spears, swords, all these like real, I mean, some of them are real, not all of them, I don't think. We had like padded, some of the nunchucks were padded, so, you know, they weren't all real. But, you know, it was like a 7 to like 10-year-old. That was pretty rad. Yeah, Mark Dacascos' dad. His name was Al. Pretty cool story, I know. It's my claim to fame. There's this hilarious picture of my mom and I in kung fu poses. I think we both have swords in our hands. And my mom pulled it out on like Instagram one year. Blew me up on the gram with some hilarious kung fu pictures. I want to say that was on like my birthday one year. Very funny. We both look so serious in it too, which makes it even more funny. Just kung fu with my mom. Man, those were the days. Oh, I should have tried that new passive. Yeah, back in those days, there's a lot of really funny ways to like take photos too. I remember these photos my grandma used to take me to like JC Penney or something, and we would get photos. And there's one where there's like, it's like overlaid, so there's 2 of me in this photo, so it looks like I'm a twin. I used to think that was really funny for some reason, or cool to like have a pretend twin. But yeah, like why did they do that? Why do you need 2 of you in the same photo? It's such a weird concept. My cousins have photos like that too, where there's 2 of them. Just kind of an interesting concept. Should we do light and freeze ray? Sounds pretty cool. Whoa. An interesting looking ball. Alright, we got Mini Boss 2 here. Kind of a weird build, but I'm not mad at it. A lot of baby ball damage happening. A lot of baby ball passives, but not really any baby ball balls. That's kind of not advantageous. But oh well, we're doing fine. Don't really need a healer. Not getting hit that much. Wow. He never stood a chance. Alright. A lot of guys all of a sudden. No way this ends poorly. Maybe we need a healer. Sorry what I said about the healer. And I think the key is to like not panic and go after one guy. But that's like immediately what you want to do. Lightning assassin? Yeah, we'll do that. That must be on a cooldown. Didn't mean to get that, honestly. We're getting another ball. Oh well. I think we go baby balls here, maybe. Yeah, I just took so many hits. Alright, we're doing okay. Got a little hairy there for a sec. Ugh. Get out of here. Dang. Quit spawning other guys. Little shits. Alright, we got this for sure. I think. Feeling pretty confident here. Ooh. Nice. Like that. The assassin ball just doing quite a bit of work in there. I saw an 800. That's ooh. I saw a 970 in there. 939. Can we see? Can we get 1,000? Poppy's back there making noise. Can you see 1,000 point hit? 810. Jeez, that assassin ball is just doing some ooh, I just saw 1627. Wow, I think that's the biggest one I've seen yet. Oh my god, what's happening? Get out of here. Get out of here, you little freaks. Trying to put up big numbers here. I guess I wasn't paying attention. Ooh, 1455. Jeez, something's hitting hard right now. And the laser just goes off. I'd love to see it. I don't even want to kill this enemy. I just want to keep killing all these minions and putting up big numbers. 1758. Wow. I'm double rainbowing right now. Get out of here. I'm stuck. Ouch. No way. Oh my god, no way we die there. What a bummer. I mean, we were putting up huge numbers. Holy shit. Assassin, okay. That was good. Oh my god. Yeah, that's by far the most DPS we've done so far. Baby Ball's looking good there. Unfortunate we lost, but we learned something for sure. That's a sick ball right there. Assassin plus lightning. Yeah. I mean, Assassin's just doing huge numbers there on its own. But damn, you add lightning to that. Wow. That was fun. So that was dark, iron, and then lightning. Cool. I'm doing that one again. Freeze Ray didn't do shit comparatively. That's pretty interesting. I mean, it literally did more than double. Wow. And then compare those. Freeze Ray's ass, apparently. I can't believe we lost. I think I was too busy watching the numbers, and I just sort of let it get behind. What a silly goose! All right, this is definitely gonna work. Oops. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Come on back. Come on back, guys. Nice, we did it. Huge. Fusion reactors contain a minimum of 2 free upgrades. Damn. Increase the number of upgrade choices. Damn. Choose an extra ball. Wow, we just leveled up bigly, hugely, bigly. We have some money right now too. Damn, if we would have had this, we could have pulled that out. Maybe it's time to buy this. Let's see what else we can upgrade though first. 2,000. What are you getting? Another extra ball? Can't upgrade that. We're gonna have to put our meditation tent in the middle of a forest, I think, later. Get leadership up to A. Increase our endurance. This we just gotta do because it's cheap. Costs us basically nothing. Okay. We basically can choose one thing to upgrade here. It's either that or that. And it's between these two. I wish I kind of knew what they did. Let's just do that because I think it's going to be good. Hi. What do you want? What do you want, baby? Okay. We're going to play one more at least, okay? We'll be done soon. And then I'll take you outside. Is that what you want? You want to go outside? Yeah? Because you didn't get your walk because you're being a little butthole? Should we run that back? Let's see who starts with... Does anyone start with iron? Yeah, that guy does. I don't really want to play him though. And then this guy starts with light. Who starts with dark? This guy does. Let's do him here. And we'll try and get that assassin ball again because that was just too fun. What we want is iron though. Dang, look at that. That's so cool that we have that now. Although maybe Assassin's not good here because we want it to bounce. Is that what's going to happen? I think we got the wrong crit too because we're not hitting anything from the front. Is that a total waste? That sounds kind of good. Poor blind enemies. Picking on the disabled. Damn, this seems kind of easy. I'm sure it'll get harder, but it kind of seems like this dude was built for this level. Tempted by that. Just give me iron, dude. Give me what I want. Come on. Oh my god. I'm so annoyed. Not really. It's fine. Yeah, I don't want that. You know, guys, it's okay that no one's hanging out in the chat. We're gonna find our people on YouTube, and then they're gonna start hanging out. That's how this is gonna go. So, hi YouTube. I'm happy that you're here. Yeah, that's the one for sure. That other was just a total waste. So come hang out in the chat. after you find me on YouTube, guys. I can't wait for you to get here. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. You just got to get a little bit of traction. You know, I'm really not discouraged at all. You know, like I said, and talking to ChatGPT and everything, it's like this stuff just doesn't happen overnight. You got to be consistent. You got to be putting stuff on YouTube and then staying consistent in your streaming. Just doesn't want to give me iron, huh? So, you know, that's the goal. We'll do Flash. Yeah, that sounds good. That's the goal. Stay consistent and just kind of keep showing up and putting stuff on YouTube, and you know, hopefully YouTube will help us get discovered by at least a few people who we resonate with. That's the goal, and I'm confident. I'm not like overly confident, but I do anticipate that's how it's going to go. You know, I'm just going to keep showing up authentically and with the goal in mind of finding those people who need a soft place to land. You know, and again, I don't expect it to be for everybody. I'm not for everybody. I've found that to be true in my life. And I'm okay with that. Again, I do not require to be liked by everybody. That was a version of me in the past that did. You know, growing up being a people pleaser. Growing up in you know, a place where sort of my safety depended on everyone liking me and everyone being okay in the room. It was my job to sort of make sure everyone was okay. And I needed that in the past, and I don't anymore. I'm okay just being my authentic self. Yeah. But the people who I do resonate with, you know, and who resonate with me, they're gonna find me, and we're gonna build this community together, and I'm so excited about it. Jesus, this guy's just melting. Wow. I'm excited about it. Just give me something fun here. Fine. We'll go baby calls. Yeah, and I know it's not the thing that happens overnight, especially doing what I'm trying to do. You know, it'll take time, and I'm prepared for that. I'm fine with that. You know, it'll be a slow burn, and that is okay. You know, I'll get better at this too while it's, you know, before it takes off. Or I don't even expect it to take off, but, you know, at least before there's people here. You know, and people being here will add to it as well. So, you know, just be me talk to an empty room. Anymore. Oops, almost missed that. What's a dark flash gonna be like? It destroys it still. That kind of sucks. That might be bad actually. Maybe that flash will do enough damage though that it doesn't matter. Are we doing big numbers at all? I can't tell. All right, we made it out of that pretty unscathed. I was a little nervous. Come on. Man, that dark flash looks like it... Ooh, I just saw 2,000. That's the biggest number I've seen so far. The dark flash looks... Ooh, I just saw 2,400. It looks like it does a lot of damage, but I can't tell if it does. That one looked like it did, though. It's a 19. Wow. This is a fun build. I'm enjoying this one. It's so fun when you just see massive numbers like that, though, too. Have a Spider Queen on top of that. Nice. Ooh, 2,400. Jeez. Did I just see a 3,000? There's no way. Dang, we still have so much to go to. I'm having so much fun on this run. This dude's gonna get absolutely destroyed. Wow. He just got pummeled right there. I don't want any of those. I'm kind of enjoying our, like, flash build. I'm always down with a good laser beam, but more baby balls? Sure, why not? Lightning? What is that gonna be like? Spider Queen Light blinds enemies. 50% chance of missing when they attack. Has 45% chance of putting eggs at time it hits an enemy. Spawn balls have the same properties as light, right? I don't know if that's gonna do anything at all, but we'll find out. Yo, how are these dudes all getting through right now? There's no way. Okay. Ooh, that's close. I feel like we're not doing as much DPS all of a sudden. What happened? Max everything out. Ooh, that flash is so rad. Nice. Just walk right into that. I feel like I just saw 3,800. It's kind of hard to tell though. 17. I mean, we're definitely getting in the 2,000. Wow, that was huge. In the 2,000 range. We going above that? Three-second cooldown. That's annoying. Deals. All right. Wow. Let's do more lightning. That was just seemed like it was doing so much. I feel like the laser kind of ruins it a little bit, which is totally fine, but... Oh, wow. I mean, these guys just don't even stand a chance. The light build is pretty fun, I have to say. Flash ball's cool. Yeah, I mean the light, you know, gives you flash and sun, and I just really enjoy both of those builds. Dark flash ball though, that one's pretty rad. Boss is not ideal for this build or this character, but it's fine. It's just a little slow. Not melting in like I was the mini bosses. I'm excited to see the numbers on this one. They're going to be pretty solid. Maybe even the biggest ones yet. And what's the biggest we've seen? Like 800,000 something? And the DPS was like almost it was like 1,700 last game. Ouch. Don't want to take another one of those. All right, you're cooked, buddy. That was nice. That was a fun one. Wow, that's it. I was expecting that to be way more. Huh. Whoa. Holy smokes. That's by far the most we've seen out of anything, let alone baby balls. Wow. Crazy. Over a milli. And nothing else really even comes close. Huh. Wow. That ball didn't really do shit. Especially with how many times it launched. That's surprising. But then baby balls do so much damage because things were taking extra damage when they were blind. So it's like a flash mixed with baby ball, or a blind mixed with... So it's this thing. Increases crit chance to 40% when hitting blinded enemies. Wow. That thing is really good. Good to know. Hi, baby. All right, guys. I'm probably gonna call it there. Get a little food. Can let Poppy redeem herself on another walk, maybe. I might pop back on later for some RD2 and a late night stream, maybe around 8 or 9-ish Pacific time. But yeah, I think that'll kind of be my routine. Maybe like short streams in the morning and then a couple hours in the afternoon on my days off, and then we'll try and do longer evening streams. I couldn't get Red Dead to work the other night, so I'll try and get that to work again. If not, maybe we'll start something new. I've got Elden Ring and Skyrim on my old dusty trusty PS4 that we could bust out. So I think Skyrim would be fun, honestly, and just kind of light and goofy. So maybe we'll do that. That sounds kind of fun, actually. We could play Elden Ring also, but I also bought a Switch. Found a used Switch for $150. I did get a capture card too, so we could be doing some Breath of the Wild soon. Also, maybe these are things that we wait until there's some people showing up for the streams. But who knows? Maybe that's how we get people to show up, by posting those videos on YouTube. So I will just kind of play it by ear, but. Yeah, if you're here on YouTube, thanks so much for hanging out. Give it a like and subscribe, and come hang out on with us on Twitch. It would mean the world to me to have some interaction going and make this feel a little more alive. We're on Twitch Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and then Tuesday mornings. But Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, currently those are my days off. I'm going to stream tomorrow. I have Thursday off tomorrow because the LA Clippers bought out my work. So I don't have to work tomorrow. Shout out to the Clips for giving me the day off. But yeah, thank you. Come hang out. If this resonates with you. If not, no big deal. Move on. That's no problem. But if this resonates, give it a like and subscribe and come hang out. I'm really excited and looking forward to building this community for the people who kind of need or want or just enjoy something like this. So yeah, thanks so much. Let's get a quick harvest in real quick before we end it. I'm going to shoot it directly at this thing here. All right. Not bad, not horrible. Ooh, did we get that? Wow, not quite. What even is that? Go, go, go. Oh, so close. What the hell even is that? I can't remember what that does. Anyways, thanks so much. We'll be back on later, most likely, unless I fall asleep. Thank you. Take care of yourself.